Hello and welcome to a life beyond me where we go beyond this small little sense of ourselves and step into our true power, realizing our most amazing and wonderful potentials that are infinite in their scope and allow us to do anything, everything that we have ever dreamt of is at the doorstep of our possibilities. And this is what I want to remind you of in the videos that I'm creating for you, actually. In today's video, I want to talk about something very important yet again, and that is trust. Trust in yourself, trust in life, trust in the world that surrounds you, that you're living in, that you're living from, that you ultimately are. Let's start with the first layer of building trust in a way, and that is going to be concerning yourself. How are you experiencing yourself in connection with trust? Do you trust yourself? Do you trust your abilities, capacities, your potentials? Do you trust your knowledge? Do you trust who you are? Are you convinced of yourself? Do you have self-confidence? Do you have confidence in yourself being able to achieve what you want to achieve, to be who you want to be? Do you have trust that you are all of this already and that you only add to opening all these potentials up even more? Can you trust that you are unfolding in the most beautiful ways at all times and that you're actually able to handle any situation that you're going to be presented with, as you have throughout your whole life? Whatever has happened, you were able to manage. Realize this. That is very important. However hard it has been, however beautiful it has been as well, you were capable of moving along with it, moving through it if it was somewhat hard. So you do have the capacities to do anything, really. And this is what I want you to look at, and I'd like to ask you if you're realizing this for yourself. Is there this unbroken, deeply grounded trust in yourself? And if it's not fully there, are you aware of there being potential for it to be even stronger in yourself? That's important to acknowledge as well, because not all of us are walking through life with a consistent level of trust in ourselves. That can vary immensely in the passing of the days, or even during one day can go up and down depending on what thought pattern or idea about ourselves and life is triggered. Finding and connecting this trust in ourselves is going to be a very important part of your journey of self-actualization, self-fulfillment, because this is the basis, right? Like, if you're able to trust yourself, your intuition, your knowing what's right for you, for yourself, what you want to do, what your world is supposed to be like, what you want to achieve in your life, if you are able to trust these ideas, intuitions, wants and needs, then you're golden, right? Then you have everything you need to fulfill all these ideas. But if you're sitting there and are distrustful of yourself, and you're thinking like, oh, maybe I should be different than I am, I should be doing things differently as I'm doing them, something is not right about me, I'm somewhat inherently wrong, I can't trust myself, then this is important to look at, because this is the only way that you will be able to find change in that. You have to acknowledge that this is the way. So in between having no trust in yourself and full abundant trust in yourself, there's quite a varying degree of possibility, right? And we all are on different levels of these scales at many times in our lives, yet we all have the potential to step into the full trust in ourselves. And that is mainly about trusting that we are able to cope and deal with any situation that we're going to be facing. Be it the most beautiful or the most dreadful, you will make it through it. That's number one. The second layer that we are to look at today is the trust in the world, your surroundings, your environment, the place that you are in, the circumstances that are surrounding you, and the people that are around you as well. How is trust playing out in your relationships? And relationships pertaining to pretty much everything that you do that involves other humans. That can be the relationship with your friends, with your family, with your loved one, your partner. There can be business relationships. It can be relationships of any level, really. This is where trust plays such a big role. Are you able to trust these relationships? Are you able to trust that these relationships will be continuing, that they are supporting and nourishing you? What is your connection with these relationships? That is yet again very important for you to find out how you're standing within these relationships. Are you not only able to trust these relationships, but are you able to find trust in the world that is the ground of your being, right? That is the space that gives you the air to breathe, the food that you need to survive, all the beauty and nourishment that you can only wish and dream for on all these levels. Are you able to trust this world, that it will continue to provide for you, that whatever circumstances you are in, that you will be able to survive, and that you will be able to flourish in the most beautiful ways through the support of this world that you're living in, that is surrounding you at all times? That's the level number 2. And then we can go into the level number 3, and that is the trust in life. And that is very important to realize, because that will help you tremendously to understand the strong support that is at your side at all times. That's very, very beautiful, because if you take a deeper look at who you are and what life is, you will find out that the two are actually the same thing. They are intrinsically connected. They are one and the same. There is no you without life and no life without you. You existing is life itself existing. You are life. You are a reflection of life. So in this way, it's very easy to see and understand that life in its own right, seeing life as a being in a way, has only the best interests in itself to flourish, grow, exist, and be in the most amazing and beautiful ways, in the most supportive and wonderful ways ever. This is the core of life's longing for itself to experience and to be. So in that way, you being life, it's in life's highest interest that you are doing well, that you are being nourished and elevated to the most amazing potentials that you're holding. This is life's mission. And sometimes it does so through facing you with some hardship, with some things that are not super easy to handle, but it knows that you're able to handle it, as you have always done in your life. That's the beautiful thing, that life has your best interest at heart, and therefore is only ever giving you a taste of hardship that you're able to handle, because it knows that it will propel you forward, that it will help you to grow, to change, to achieve new things, to move ahead, expand, and become the best version of itself through you. And that is beautiful, amazing, and everything fantastic at the same time. This is what you can build on. This is what you can trust in, that life has your back. It is at your side at all times. And when you combine these three levels of trust, the trust in your own capacities of being able to handle anything that comes up in your life, the trust that the world that you're living in is nourishing you and is giving you everything that you need, and then in the next step, life being you, only having the most immense interest in you living the most fulfilling and amazing life in its own right. This is what rounds this trifecta of trust perfectly up. This is where it all comes together. So you're held, you're secure, you're pushed and propelled, you're elevated on three different layers and levels that come together and make it such an awesome experience to connect with this trust. And it might be there for you already. That is highly possible. At the same time, you might feel that there are some aspects in one of these layers or in all of these layers still missing. And this is what I'm inviting you to look at today. This is the reminder. Really become aware of how much trust there is in your life, for yourself, for your relationships, for the people that you're with. Are you able to give things away to someone else? Are you able to trust that you're going to be fine in 1 week, 1 month, a year, 10 years? How does it feel? Are you looking with a positive outlook into the future, into the now, or are you afraid? Is there tension? And if there's tension, you will almost always experience some kind of lacking trust. Now that you're doing this introspection and you're finding out on what level your trust is really at the moment, and if you're seeing that there is a lack in a way, then now with this perspective of seeing all these different layers in which you are held and which trust is already there for you and that you can just fall into this, you have a new way of approaching this lack of trust. You can see how you are so capable. You can see how life is holding you in these wonderful ways, that the earth, this planet, is here to support you in any way. The people around you, they are here to help you. And then realizing that life itself is you and pushes you forward and holds you at all times. With this, you can regain trust in yourself and life and the universe in the most amazing ways. So this is what I'd like to remind you of today, to really look at how trust comes up for you in your life. See if you're living in full trust already, and if not, using those perspectives that I've just presented to you and seeing if you can connect with these and gain a bit more trust in life and in yourself.